My wife found her.
What happened?
Sabrina found out she didn't get the part in that damn play. I told her trying out for that thing was a big mistake, but she wouldn't listen to me.
I'm so sorry.
I don't understand, Doctor. You're saying that all the sick kids, including our son, were conceived at Dr. McCarthy's clinic?
Yes. She's confirmed that to us.
But in one important way, Joey's different than the other kids.
Because we were living in Omaha when he started getting sick.
Exactly. So we're gonna need to know some things about your life in Nebraska.
Sure, however we can help.
Wait, do you think that Dr. McCarthy had something to do with this? I can't believe that she would ever do anything like that intentionally. I mean, if she had something to do with it, it must have been a mistake, you know, a mix-up in the lab. She would never do anything to hurt a child.
And we couldn't even afford the in vitro. She let us pay her out over time. It didn't even charge us interest, you know, like a lot of doctors would.
Well, that's definitely good to know.
Hey, Joe. Hey. Mr. and Mrs. White, do either of you wear contact lenses?
No, we both have 20/20 vision.
Thank you very much. We'll keep in touch.
What the hell was that about?
Those people are not Joey White's natural parents. Not both of them, anyway.
What?
It's been staring me in the face since the moment I met them. Did you notice their eyes?
Yeah, both parents have blue eyes, but Joey's a dark brown.
Right, genetics 101. A blue-eyed mother and a blue-eyed father always make a blue-eyed child.
So Dr. McCarthy substituted ingredients when she made that kid?
Yeah, well, that's one way of putting it.
You must be joking. Of course I used Clark White's sperm to fertilize Leslie's eggs.
Then how do two blue-eyed parents produce a brown-eyed offspring?
Well, this may sound kind of strange, but it's possible that Leslie was having relations with a brown-eyed man at the time I performed in vitro. I've seen it happen before, Doctor. Anyway, I have an office full of patients waiting, so if there's nothing further...
Doctor, something happened in those in vitro procedures. Something you're not telling me. Wait a minute, who are those children?
Those are my success stories. Each and every one conceived with our procedures.
I've seen them all before. I examined them all yesterday. Joey White, Paul Warder, Allison Haynes, Carrie Thompson.
Yes, their parents are all my patients.
Why are they all hanging next to one another?
I don't know. There's no logic to the way we put them up.
Features. They're very similar. Can't be random.
You want me to test the children's DNA?
Right away.
Why?
Because these children all share the same parent.
Mother or father?
You'll tell me. Why'd you do it, Doctor?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You took some unrelated man's sperm or some unrelated woman's eggs and used them in all of your procedures.
No.
That explains why all these children came down with the same illness. The donor you used was genetically predisposed.
That can't be. Now, what you're saying, none of that happened.
I've only finished testing 3 of the children, but all 3 share the same biological father.
My God. They're all half-brothers and sisters, and they have absolutely no idea. In this town, they could get married, have kids.
And before I go back to see Dr. McCarthy, we need to confirm that Clark White is not Joey's natural father.
I've already used all of his blood sample.
I'll get some more.
Okay, but you can't tell the parents what's going on here yet.
Why not? They have a right to know. We've diagnosed the illness, now we can start a course of treatment.
I am not telling this to Sabrina Martin's parents now, not after what they have been through.
Miles, can we have a minute?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay, if you want to talk about it, you know where to find me.
Stephen, I'm worried.
About what?
The way this job is going.
You're doing fine here.
My job is research. I feel comfortable in a lab. I just didn't bargain for all this patient one-on-one.
Yeah, well, you're good at it. The patients like you. They trust you. And you help them just by being there.
The way I've been reacting, it may not be in the patient's best interests.
Look, if I thought your objectivity was being compromised, I'd tell you. Okay?
Okay.
I can't believe it. I mean, if what you're saying is true.
Mr. White, I wouldn't be here now if I wasn't next to certain. And this test is going to confirm what I believe.
What if what you say is true about Joey, then
Clark, don't even say it. Joey's our son. Your son.
I'm just gonna need a little time is all. To get my head around this thing.
If it helps, Dr. McCarthy is not going to walk.
You think she's gonna go to prison?
I believe what she did was criminal.
Can you help us prove that?
What I can do is let the relevant authorities know what happened here.
Why is this happening to all these children at once?
We're not certain what brings on this illness. Obviously, a genetic predisposition is involved here and exposure to a virus or other infections.
But you can treat Joey.
Joey's one of the lucky ones. We caught his early. The right medications, physical therapy, he should be able to live a relatively normal life.
Ever play baseball again?
Let's take that one day at a time. Look, this is what I know. All the children share the same biological father, including Joey White. Now I need to know if there are others.
I'm not going to cooperate with this little fishing expedition.
Doctor, more may get sick. More may die. You know, it's funny. You're the person who created these children. And now you won't help me save their lives.
I met him in medical school. I was taking an elective in oncology. He was the most amazing man. Brilliant professor. Handsome, charming, and when he proposed to me, my life was perfect. We both wanted to have children. But, it was my problem. We tried in vitro so many times, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Where can I find him?
He's dead. Cancer. It's ironic, isn't it? I mean, I moved here to forget. And I walked into the most unbelievable fertility crisis. Young couples were beside themselves. I started this clinic. I wanted to help.
By propagating your dead husband's genes.
No. No, not exactly. Some of these men were never gonna father a child. Ever. And my husband was such a good man. We still had his sperm stored from when we were trying. Oh, God. Those poor children. I never knew my husband had a defective gene. I mean, he was never sick like this. Oh, my God.
I'm gonna need access to your files. All of them.
I'll do everything I can.
I'm so sorry, Dr. Durant. What I did to myself, I was so stupid, selfish.
You were obviously very upset.
But the good news is I'm fine now. And now that we know what's wrong with me and can get the right medicine.
I wish it were that simple, Sabrina. But what you did to yourself tells me, tells your parents, that this sickness has taken its toll in more ways than we imagined.
I'm not some kind of psycho. I made a mistake.
You need help. You need someone to talk to about how you're feeling.
Right. Is that all?
No. I've spoken with your parents about something else. I'd like you to come to Washington to be treated at NIH.
Why there? Why me?
Because your illness is more advanced than the others, and you need special care. And by being there, you have the best shot at fighting this thing and getting your life back.
I'll think about it.
I'm glad to hear that.
But if I do go, can I call you my doctor?
This whole thing is so weird. The way it happened. I mean, FSM's chemicals probably caused the father's fertility problems.
Leading those families to Dr. McCarthy and her husband's mutant gene.
That was a perfect storm of bad luck.
Not quite. There was a lot of design involved. Well, the best news is only 7 more children are at risk.
And now that they know, those other families could be on the lookout.
Dr. McCarthy's lawyer sent over the name of another child who hasn't shown symptoms yet. The father's Howard Lewson.
That jerk from the factory?
I'll talk to him.
If you don't mind, I'd like to do that.
Miss Rossi.
I have some news for you.
I heard. Finally figured out it wasn't our doing.
We also figured out some things about Dr. Lois McCarthy.
I heard that too. How she shot her dead husband's sperm into some of those women.
One of those women was your wife.
No way.
I'm sorry, but it's already been confirmed. So your son is at risk of developing this illness. Call me the minute your son starts to feel anything like those other kids. But I'm praying that'll never happen.